We gotta watch the which job basically. I have been putting this off forever, dude. I need to watch this to kind of understand like what the hell I'm doing. Or like which classes I might want to play. I figured I want a tank, and so I still don't even know the full like details of the tanks I could play. So let's just watch it. Let's give it a shot.
Fantasy 14, you've got a bunch of jobs to choose from, and I've already made a video talking about that. Problem is, now everything is completely different. So here I am again with all of the Shadowbringers jobs to help you pick what you want to play. You've got your tanks, including one new guy. They're the ones fearlessly charging headfirst into danger's way. And luckily, Shadowbringers made that even more straightforward. Simply turn your tank stance on, and you are now tanking. Turn it off, and
Wow.
you aren't. Wow.
Wow.
Speaking of danger, these are the healers. Always be nice to them. You don't want to know what happens when they get angry. Oh, thank you. No, that's not what I meant. Shadowbringers gave the healers a super special power big heal mode. The melee DPS are here to cry about mechanics that keep them away from the boss.
A lot of melee DPS that I knew back in a while, they just don't have the range of the casters. They don't have the abilities of the tanks and the heals, and they're kind of caught in this weird spot. And I'm like, I just feel salt coming from them. Let me know if this is true. Do these also exude salt as well?
So, in Shadowbringers, they gave the melee 2 free I don't need positional anymore buttons. But they still complain.
Oh, that's good.
And these are the casters. They go big shooty boom boom magic.
That was
what did
me.
They get in Shadowbringers?
That
More
was
big
me.
shooty boom booms. The ranged can run around without any loss of DPS. And they've got a new friend who everybody loves. Except the other ranged. Anyway, let's go look at the jobs. Dark Knight. It uses a big ass sword. Play this.
All right, I've thought about Dark Knight. Honestly, I thought about doing it. I've never really committed to playing like an edgelord class in any kind of game. Like the Death Knights in WoW never really spoke to me. But the Dark Knight just looks really, really cool. Like it just does. It looks pretty badass. And I'm like, am I gonna be the edgelord? Am I gonna be like singing "Crawling in My Skin" or whatever the crawling? Like I'm gonna go full Linkin Park here, dude. If I do this
job, if you want to use a big ass sword. It's got a special stance you got to keep up, obviously called the dark side. You keep this up by using Edge of Shadow and Flood of Shadow, of course. And you can even reach inside your soul and take out your inner darkness, and he can fight along with you. And it's got a special
that's fucking metal, dude. That's fucking brutal.
Delirium, where you can spam heavy-hitting attacks like Blood Spiller,
Death and
Quietus,
destruction.
which otherwise would cost Blood Gauge. Yeah, it's got a blood gauge. For mitigation,
That's
it
kinda
has
cool.
the Blackest Night, which is a shield you put on yourself and lets you use a blood.
Okay, dude, he's so fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's cool as shit. Are paladins like beacons of hope and justice in this game, or are they just like the law? Because there's like two types of paladins. There's like the goody two shoes paladin, and there's like I uphold the law.
Gauge ability for free if it breaks, and its invincibility is called Living Dead, which you activate it first and then you have to die. Once you die, then you're Walking Dead.
Oh,
You're
it's so
actually kinda
fucking
not
cool.
dead, but somebody has to heal you up to full, otherwise you really do die.
That's so cool. And we're just on the first class or the first job. This shit.
Gunbreaker. These guys were the personal guards of Queen Gunhilda herself. Who is that? I don't know. Gunbreaker is what you would get if you wanted to play a tank, but you also were like, I really like DPS. It's got a 3-part combo, but it actually has a separate 3-part combo inside of another 3-part combo.
Combo breaker.
It kind of makes sense.
Sorry.
It has a powder gauge with cartridges in it. The regular combo
fucking
will
metal,
earn
though.
you cartridges, and then you can spend the cartridges in order to do the special 1-2-3 combo. So it's very clicky. It's a very clicky
Shit,
fun
dude.
job. Its invincibility is called Superbolide. Basically, you shoot yourself, and now you can't get hurt anymore, because if I hurt myself, the enemies can't hurt me. Paladin. It's got a sword and a shield. To be a paladin is to be protection itself. Paladin is really good at party utility.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The paladin, the artwork looks pretty badass. Like that's really cool. Like I'm all for that. I'm all for that. If that's what I eventually become,
and
cool.
helping your friends not die. It's got a physical damage phase and a magical damage phase. During your physical phase, you've got a damage buff, and then you've got a dot combo, and then a regular combo that will unlock a heavy-hitting attack called Royal Authority. And this you can use 3 times in a row. Then you go into your magical phase, where you can attack at ranged with heavy-hitting magic attacks, and a big AoE attack again, Confiteor. You've got the wings to protect your entire party. You can also heal yourself or heal a target.
That
and
was
its
badass.
invincibility is hollowed ground, which
The
just
wings
makes you
was
straight up
badass.
invincible. You can't get hurt. Warrior, it smashes. It's got an axe, and it smashes with the axe. Warrior doesn't care about mitigating damage. They're just
Simple.
all about hit me anyway. I can take it. Just hit me. It's got
So
two combos.
you're a
one that
barbarian
applies
from
damage
D&D,
buff,
got it.
And one that builds its
Okay.
wrath gauge more. It's got a special mode,
helps.
Inner Release, that allows it to spam the heavy hitting attacks like Fell Cleaver, Decimate.
That looks
Both
fucking
the
sick,
single
though.
target and AoE attacks can be enhanced when you first use Infuriate to augment them. Warrior is all about building up the gauge so you can use it on attacks to just smash more. It's got a fun mitigation called Vengeance, where you get hit but then you just slap them right back. Or it can increase its HP even.
Do the tanks look cooler in this game compared to WoW? I feel like that's a thing. It looks like way cooler.
More because above 100k health isn't enough. Its invincibility is called Home Gang, where you tether to an enemy and now your HP can't go below 1. Samurai, they wield a katana and offer 0 party utility besides their big damage. Samurai's core rotation works
That's kinda
around
cool, though.
3 separate combos. Each time you finish a combo, you earn a sticker, or otherwise known as a sen.
That's
You
kinda-
spend
actually
these
kinda
sen
cool,
on
though.
powerful iaijutsu moves, and the move changes depending on how many stickers you had when you use it. If you use it with 1, you get a dot. With 2, you get an AoE attack in front of you, and with 3, you get a heavy-hitting single-target attack. It also has another resource called
Dude, that's so
Kenki
fucking
that you
cool, though,
build
not
up
gonna
and you
lie.
use on heavy-hitting attacks. You notice a lot of these are heavy-hitting attacks. It's because all of Samurai's attacks do it. Shadowbringers gave Samurai even more big attacks, like Shoha, an attack you can only use when you gather up 3 meditate stacks. It also has 2 separate AoE combos and overall flows very well from one.
All right, this is gonna be hard to get through. All the classes just look fucking cool. I might just play some weird random shit because I'm like, they all look badass.
Combo to the next, building up your resources and
Fuck.
spending them. Monk, these guys are all about throwing away the weapons, and instead your body is the weapon. Monk has 2
God damn you, Final Fantasy. Dude, I don't have time to play them all. Like, I only got like a little bit. Oh, they look cool as shit. They look cool as shit.
combos. Sounds straightforward? It is. But each one of those has a positional requirement. Every single one. All the other melees only have a handful of positionals.
That's a cool
Monk
animation,
takes
though.
that and says, I want all of them. Shadowbringers also gave Monk a 4th Grease Lightning stack, which makes them attack even faster and harder than before. It builds up a resource called Chakra that it can use on a single target attack or a ranged attack, and other buffs that mostly work around its 2 separate combos. It does really high damage but still offers some party utility with a physical damage buff to the party. Dragoon, it uses a spear.
I
They
heard about
kill
Dragoon,
dragons,
yeah. They
and
look
the
pretty
reason why
cool.
they're
Oh,
so sharp is
shit!
because even if a dragon eats them,
Yo, it's sick. Oh, this is difficult. This is difficult. I should have watched this video first. What am I doing? I'm doing everything backwards. I'm basing my decision making on WoW of what I think I would like, but all this shit looks so fucking cool. Damn it.
they can still kill the dragon on the way out. Dragoon also has 2 combos, but instead these are longer combos. Most of the other physical jobs in the game are 3-part combos.
That's
Dragoon
so
is fine.
badass.
It's a very static rotation that you're going to do one combo and then the other combo, and you're always going to stick to that.
What the
But it has
fuck?
a whole lot
That's
of
so
off
cool,
global
dude.
cooldowns that you're going to use in between them to keep it interesting. It centers around keeping up a buff called Blood of the Dragon. However, when you collect 2 Eyes of the Dragon
That's
and
sick.
you activate Ger Skogul, you unlock Life of the Dragon, where you glow red instead, and you unlock even more powerful heavy-hitting attacks, including Star Diver. It's got a bunch of different
I
jump
like it.
attacks that range from jumping to the opponent and back to where you were, or jumping over to the opponent, or jumping away completely,
Dude,
or off the edge.
what have I been
Dragoon
doing in my
offers
life
some cool
this
party
entire time?
utility, like a crit buff to everybody, and it can tether to a friend and give their pal an extra damage buff. Ninja. Do you know Naruto? Well, me either. Ninja's got a really cool mechanic called ninjutsu. You have 3 ninjutsu abilities, which, depending on the order you push them in, will change
Okay, they look... This is not fair.
the attack that it performs.
This
You
isn't
have
fair.
things like an attack speed
This
buff
is not
or
fair.
an AoE on the ground that looks like dirt. Shadowbringers added a cool effect where you can augment some
Fuck,
of the
I've
ninjutsu abilities.
made terrible decisions. I based my decision making on something that I wasn't sure about, and now I'm like, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
If you use Kasatsu before activating them, it'll change your fire breath into a huge fire tornado, or it'll change your ice breath into water shuriken.
Dude, these characters have more flow in their animations than WoW ever could. Like they just look, it looks so fluid, and it's like every class stands out so well. Like I haven't found a class that I'm like, yeah, that's like, oh, that looks kind of dumb. Like they all just flow so well.
It's like Greninja. You also can tap into your secret Hokage arts and activate Bunshin.
I will be
which
Hokage.
Be a shadow of yourself, and it will mimic every attack that you do. It's also got a really good party buff called Trick
But can
Attack, which
can I
will
use a
make the target
Kamehameha?
take
That's my
extra
only
damage
question,
from
though.
the entire party. Ninja has a
If
lot
this character could Kamehameha, I would literally probably drop everything I'm doing and be a ninja right
of
now.
interesting mechanics to its toolkit that goes beyond just
Oh,
simple
god
combos.
damn it.
But you might have to devote an extra brain cell to remembering what ninjutsu does what. Machinist is what you would get if you combined a cowboy with a Gundam with a Terminator. This is the ranged with the highest damage and the one with the least amount of RNG in the rotation. And I don't really have to say any more about it because you can summon a freaking mech.
What
and
the
while
fuck?
you're doing all of your attacks, you're overheating, you go into your overheat gauge,
Dude.
you're spamming your cool abilities that give you your cooldowns back, and you're hitting buttons like a freaking madman, and your mech is over there punching shit. Oh, and you have a flamethrower. Need
Yeah,
I
I get kind of like Cypher vibes from FF8 from this guy. Like like the gunblade duels, or IRL gunblades are highly impractical, but hey, whatever.
say more really? I mean, for AoE, you got some other cool stuff like overheat and will now actually
I'm gonna
be
get
a
flamed in the
crossbow
comments for
instead.
that one.
You got a drill that you shoot out like a Giga Drill breaker, and you have a special button that makes it guarantee it crits. All of your regular combo is now superheated mode always. This job is all about balancing your battery gauge and your heat gauges to use all of your cool special boom explodey powers. Bard, this is the job with the bow and arrow. Every MMO has one. This is ours. But not only can you shoot arrows, you can also sing songs and help your party members do things. And its rotation is in the middle ground of a static rotation with an RNG rotation.
So I was gonna level in Bard just to be able to get the lute or the instrument to play music. Like that's 100% gonna happen. Like that is. I'm doing it just for the instrument, but this is really cool.
It cycles through 3 different song modes, and each song has a different effect on your rotation. Mostly you're keeping your dots up and spamming burst shot for procs on refulgent arrow. You've also got a new gauge called the soul gauge, which is used on apex arrow, and it does more damage the higher the gauge is. For utility, you've got stuff like a heal buff or damage buff or remove a bad thing on somebody, and of course a party damage reduction. Dancer. This is the new guy.
Yo.
It uses chakrams that it throws around and kills its enemies with belly dancing. It has the lowest personal
I've always
DPS,
wanted to kill
but
people with
it
belly
can
dancing.
super buff its dance partner. It has 2 separate dances, and when you activate one, you go through steps like a Simon Says game. Standard step will be an AoE attack and activate a damage boost for you and your dance partner. Technical step will be a longer step dance, but this will be a damage buff for the whole party. Its rotation is
Dude, the whole animations just look pretty and fluid, dude. I love that. Like this is a really cool class here.
very RNG dependent. It has a 2-part combo, and each of those can proc another attack. And then each of those attacks can now proc fan attacks. And then the fan attacks can proc a final fan attack. So there's a lot of layers of RNG to the rotation.
Oh,
it also
shit,
has
dude.
a separate gauge that you use on a big hitting attack called Saber Dance. And for movement, it has 3 separate dashes that it can use. Black Mage. It uses a magic stick, and it
All right, this was my first class that I picked, and I still like it a lot, but I don't know. I wasn't having too much fun. Because I did enjoy like Mage and WoW, but I thought it would translate over, but I wasn't having like the most fun with this class, and I feel like going tank is gonna be more like engaging for me. But I don't know. The Black Mages look fucking cool. I still think they look amazing.
explosions, and a whole lot more explosions. This is the magic version of the selfish DPS class, and specializes in longer cast times that deal super high damage with the trade-off that you're trying to minimize your overall movement. Black Mage's rotation goes through an ice phase where it regenerates mana, and a fire phase where it spends all of its mana on the really heavy hitting attacks. Shadowbringers added a finisher to the fire phase called Despair. Black Mage has a continuous damage buff you want to keep up called
It looks so
Inoki, which
fucking
allows
cool.
you to use the heavier hitting spells. And if you have it up long enough, it unlocks a special
Damn.
void-looking attack called Xenoglossy. There's now also a way to keep your ice phase up during downtime. Summoner. It uses a book, but it's not...
All right, so I wasn't sure what the summoner was. So this hopefully this will clear it up for me.
Trying to be smart with it. It's mostly picture books. Summoner is
Picture
our pet
books.
DPS job. There's
Yeah.
Ifrit for single target,
Oh,
Garuda
okay.
for AoE, and Titan for Summoner's rotation
For
works on a 2-minute
What was
cycle
that?
of various phases that you go through.
What
There's
was that?
Dreadworm Trance, where you invoke Bahamut's Aether and you unleash it in a big Death Flare attack. After this, you're able to summon Bahamut
Warlock,
and
okay.
command him to do big Akmorn attacks. And after him, you can summon Phoenix to do special fire moves and heal the party while it's out.
So Bahamut's like one of my favorite like recurring summon Aeon character from like the FF series. The fact that the Bahamut's incorporated into your kit that's pretty cool though.
Also, 2 of your spells become super Phoenix fire moves instead. Summoner is also one of 2 jobs that can raise dead party members, though you either have to hard cast it or save your swift cast for it. Red Mage. It uses a sword with a focus thing attached to it. This is the job that combines black magic and white magic together in order to do magic casting while also doing physical damage as well. Red Mage is special because
All right, I think we found it. I think we found the one class that I'm just like I'm not vibing, you know, it's not horrible, but I'm not like enthusiastic about it. That makes sense.
Every other spell that it casts is instant with the dual cast trait, so you will hard cast the shorter spells and then instant cast the longer ones. You'll do this while alternating building your white and black mana, and once you have enough, you can
like
go
if I had to
in
pick
for the
one where I'm
melee
like,
combo, finishing
of
off with
these,
either
this is
a
my least
Vorpal or
favorite,
Vorflare big
you know?
attack, and then another final big attack called Scorch.
Okay, that's cool as hell,
Shadowbringers
though.
Also added an AoE rotation.
Okay,
using Ver
those spells
Thunder
look
and
sick,
Ver Arrow
though.
too, and then instant casting Impact.
Those
And
spells
then you
look
have
sick.
an AoE melee attack as well. Ren Mage is the only DPS with a good single target heal, and it's the other DPS that can battle raise. And because of dual cast, you can instant raise people. White Mage, it uses a cane.
All right, when I had the YouTube videos come out recently, I think I had a general consensus that a lot of people wanted me to try White Mage at some point, and a lot of people had corrected me about my perceptions of healing. You guys have shown me the light. The YouTube has shown me the light that this class is not a heal bot, and so if there was any kind of class that I would pick up at some point in the future just to try, it would be White Mage, because the overwhelming consensus is that the White Mage is fucking awesome, and don't say otherwise. And I'm intrigued. I'm super intrigued, so I want to see what he has to say.
White Mages draw on the Aether all around them from nature in order to do really big bursty heals or regens. As for its heals, it's very straightforward. You got Cure 1 and Cure 2 for single target. You've got Medica for AoE, Medica 2 for an AoE regen, and Cure 3 for a big AoE heal but very close around you. In Shadowbringers, they added some instant abilities that use up lilies from the Lily gauge. And when you use up 3 lilies, it unlocks a Flatus Misery, which is a huge AoE damage nuke. White Mage's oh shit ability is the wings. You sprout beautiful wings from your back, and now everybody around you takes less damage, and all your healing is super mode. Scholar. They use a book because they're so smart, and they want everybody else to know how smart they are. Scholar specializes in shielding the party from all the damage in the first place, and it is the pet.
So they're like Disc
Priest,
Priest, okay?
For single target heals.
So these guys are more about like damage prevention than they are healing, right?
Physic, a small single heal. You also have Adlo, which is a heal plus a shield on a single target, and you have
spells
Sucker
look so
for an
fucking cool,
AoE
though.
heal plus a shield. And there are a few abilities that can manipulate the shields. Emergency Tactics will change the shield into a heal. Recitation will guarantee that it crits so you can have a big shield. And Deployment Tactics will spread the shield to nearby party members. Chain Stratagem is Scholar's utility.
That looks cool. It's like a little Iron Man HUD, or I don't know, like you know, projection stuff. That's fucking cool.
It will raise the critical hit rate on the enemy for everybody. Scholar's other resource, Aetherflow, can be used on certain abilities, like an instant single target heal, a party AoE heal, and a placeable shield that reduces damage taken and heals the party. Scholar's super move is an upgraded fairy that does bigger shields and healing than the regular fairy and AoE shields. Or you could just eat your fairy and get a whole bunch of Aetherflow to spend. Astrologian. It uses a globe of stuff.
This is the one class that I know like the least of, so lay it on me.
With cards on it. They heal by looking up at the stars and planets and sparkly things. They're also able to switch between a shield mode or a regen mode depending on which healer they're paired with. It has a normal single target heal and an aspected single target heal that either shields or regens. It's also got a party AoE or an aspected party AoE that either shields or regens. And then there's the whole card system, which it is able to draw upon and buff all the party members' damage. Once it gets enough different types of seals, it can buff the entire party at the same time. And Astrologian's super heal move is called Neutral Sect, which will change all of your aspected spells to activate both the shield and the regen at the same time, as well as buff all the heals in general. And that's it. That is all of the Shadowbringers jobs.
Oh,
now, keep in mind, you can play all of these jobs on the same character. That is the beauty of Final Fantasy XIV. All of the jobs can do all of the content in the game, where some of them are a little bit better at certain special things. Like if you want to solo old content, you know, Red Mage or Paladin are probably a little bit better at that type of thing. So the best advice is just pick which one looks really cool to you, and you'll be more motivated to get good at it. So this video will be good for a little while until the dance comes out and completely changes it all over again. Okay, bye.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I'm subbing the channel here. Dude, okay, so like if I think about it, it's like, why does the monk look so cool? Why is the monk so badass? Why is the Dark Knight? Dude, it's like Monk and Dark Knight just like took it for me. Like I just want to be a Dark Knight now and a monk. I want to go Kamehameha, dude. I want to just go full Goku. Like holy shit. Oh boy, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, chat.